Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Joshua Cuthbertson Show. This is episode 89. Before we get into our special guest, I would like to y'all to check out my sponsor sheet at the end of the episode. We got 7 great sponsors sponsoring the Joshua Cuthbertson Show, so go check out their businesses and products. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And now for our special guest. He was my middle school basketball coach, and a lot of other kids' football coach. I didn't play football, but he was my basketball coach. He graduated from Citadel 2008. He was the running back, full scholarship, and now he's back giving his time, his effort, his heart, his energy, his soul, mind, body, spirit to these kids in every part of Craven County. He was teaching at West Craven Middle School when he graduated, to now he's the principal at West Craven High School. My coach, my big brother, my friend, however you want to put it, Coach Lee, Montrell Lee, how you doing today?
What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm thankful to be able to sit down with a West Craven legend.
I appreciate it, man.
And I'm proud of the man that you become, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for the opportunity to sit down and talk with you.
Yes, sir. I really do appreciate it, man. Now, part of me making it to the man I become was coaches like you, man. Now, and kids today don't understand how tough you was on us and how hard you was on us. But that because the love and how you wanted us to be so good and how you wanted it for us so bad. So talk about how that feeling, like how did you just become player coach? Like how did you translate that feeling from being a player on the court and on the field to now, hey, now I'm a coach. Now I got to give my all to these boys.
I think it's all about, wanting better for the next generation, man. Growing up, my dream was to be a professional athlete. And, when that opportunity, didn't exactly come for me, is now what can I do to help someone else reach whatever goal it is. If it's to be a lawyer, if it's to be a doctor, if it's to be a professional basketball player, if it's to be the first one out of your family to go to college and get a scholarship and graduate,
Yes,
whatever dreams, aspirations that you have, my job is to help you tap into that full potential. And unfortunately, sometimes it does take some tough love. It takes some discipline, because that's what life is. When you was out there training on the floor, you never wanted to be, running, gases or suicides, but you knew that's what it took for you to go to that next level. That's what it took for you to be Josh Showtime Cuthbertson. And, it's just about instilling that, hey, what you see right now is only temporary. When you're working out, it don't feel good, but, you can't get stronger if you'll never get sore, so you got to put the work in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So before we get deeper into that, I want to cut back a little bit now. Talk about your family. How your family been doing? I know COVID and all these other things. So talk about how you've been taking care of your family. How everything been going?
Man, we've been blessed, man. I know this has been a very difficult time for so many families, so many businesses, and I'm just excited to see, not only in school but just in life, people being able to have a little more sense of normalcy. I wouldn't say that we're all the way back to where we were, but it's glad to see that we're making strides to get there.
Yes,
my family is very blessed, just like everyone else. We've been affected, but the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people out there that lost loved ones, that lost businesses, that lost opportunities, and I'm very blessed to be able to say that I wasn't affected as much as some others.
Yes, sir. That's a fact. So talk about raising kids, because you got 2 of them, right?
Yeah, 2 little girls, man. 2 little girls. So I remember, man, one of my biggest, being a coach and being a now administrator, the love that I have for young people. I always wondered, what type of dad would I be, man? As a coach, I was always trying to be, real strict, but also fair. And being able to be a father has actually helped me be a better educator. Far from perfect, never will be, but you know, when I see what I want for my own child, you know, the kids that walk these hallways, I want the same for them. You know, I want the same for the kids that walk these hallways as I want for my own child. You know, so, you know, being a father has really made me a better educator, I think. Again, you know, still growing, still learning, but just seeing, man, that, you know, you have a direct impact on someone's life. Every decision I make affects my daughter. As a school leader, every decision I make affects the people that I'm blessed to be able to serve here at West Craven High School and this community. So, you know, knowing that impact, it's a lot of weight, but it's a huge blessing because you get to help mold lives.
Yes, sir. So before I get into your college football career, I want to ask you now, have you thought this far? Have you thought about still being here when your daughters grow up and walk into schools? Have you thought about being their dad / principal at the same time?
Yeah, well, you know, it's no secret, man, that I think West Craven High, West Craven in general is a very special place.
Yes, sir.
You know, we have a rich pride and tradition. And, you know, for me, you know, I won't share my age, but, you know, ultimately, man, you know, this is where I want to be. You know, my daughters are young, so I got a couple of years before they make that point. You know, one is 3, and the other just turned 9 months. You know, but definitely, man, you know, being at West Craven High, you know, for the time when they get here, that'll be a huge blessing, man. You know, to be able to serve them and continue to serve this community for many, many years, man. Because like I say, this is a very special place. You know, West Craven High School has produced, you know, professional athletes. They produce lawyers, doctors. Our superintendent of Craven County Schools is the West Craven
West Craven alumni. Yes, sir.
You know, man, the greatness that has walked these halls I'm just humbled to be able to have the opportunity to be a part of it. So definitely, man, West Craven is home. You know, I've been very blessed to serve, you know, whether it's West Craven or anywhere, you know, anytime that you get to have an impact on lives, I don't take that lightly, man. So, but West Craven is a very special place in my heart. It's accepted me, and definitely, man, be able to be the principal to my own child. Yeah, it definitely better be on the grind.
Dad go right.
Better be on the grind. So yeah, definitely, man.
Dad go right. Now, talking about your football career, man.
Oh, the old days.
Yes, sir. Now they think you old, but you ain't that old, man.
I ain't that old, man. I ain't that old, but
Dad go right, man. Talk about those days, man. And how do you, when you think about those days and being a football player, and how do you sit yourself and just be like, man, this time was a time that I wish I could go back to, or this one of my special times in football, or how did it feel to even get that scholarship at that moment?
Yeah. Well, for me, man, you know, as we teach students, everything that you're going through and you're experiencing right now is preparing you for your next level.
Yes, sir.
We don't oftentimes see that, but, you know, everything that I faced as an athlete in college, you know, the time management, you know, when you're a college athlete, man, it's like every minute of your day, you got to be strategic. You don't have time to just waste. You know, you try to have some fun, but at the same time, you know, while a lot of your classmates and peers are in the bed sleeping, you know, you're going to a 6 a.m. workout. You're watching film. You're going, you're getting that breakfast because you gotta
have that energy. Yes, sir.
You know, then you're going to class. You got to be in class because you already know, come the weekend, you got a away game, you ain't gonna be in class on Friday.
So you know that work got to be done. Yes, sir.
You got to get it done, and you on scholarship, so coaches watching you. You know, your athletic director's watching you, your teammates are watching you, and not to mention, you know, for me, you know, I always felt that I'm having an opportunity greater than just myself. You know, my mom didn't get a chance to go to a 4-year college, so you know, to be able to have that opportunity. And then, you know, be able to be on a full scholarship, all that, you know, the time management, the hard working practices, the games that didn't go quite the way you wanted them to. Even down to my injuries and my trials and tribulations of, you know, my career really not going exactly how I wanted to at times. times where I had to, sit the bench. You come.
Right.
When you come out of high school, you're a big fish in a little pond, and you get to college, and you're like, yo, this dude is like 40 pounds bigger than me.
Right.
He faster than me. Like, I got to step my game up.
Because you coming from your high school, you already the man. Yeah. But he's coming from his high school, the man too.
So learning and growing through it, man, has prepared me, for a lot more things in life. And I think that's what, I hope that young people, and not just young people, but people in general, understand that, everything you go through, you grow through.
So that's a fact. From coach, teacher, principal, how did it happen?
Grace and mercy, man. I would say, man, I've always been blessed to have great people around me. There's nothing special about Montrell Lee, man. Product of grace and mercy. Made a lot of mistakes in my life. But people seeing things in me that I never saw in myself. People believing in me sometimes when I might didn't believe in myself. So going from coach to principal or administration was all about, seeing that impact that you have on lives. And as a coach, being able to have that impact on someone's life and thinking on a larger scale, not just the coach, the players I coach or the students I teach, but, as a principal, as a state, I'm well aware that, sometimes I sit in that chair and I'm like, man, that's a bad decision. And it impacts everybody in this building. And sometimes, when you see, hey, that was a good decision. That was a good decision, yeah. It had a positive impact. So it does carry a lot of weight, but, just wanting to make impact, man, wanting to impact lives, wanting to influence, to tap into everything that you can be, whether it's athletically, whether it's, academically, anything you aspire to be, being able to have that opportunity to say, hey, look, let's do this thing. Let's do it together. You want to be a lawyer? All right, let's put a plan together. You want to go to college? You want to be the first one in your family to go to college? You can do
it. Yes, sir.
It's all about lives, man. Everything we do as an educator, students are at the center of it. Whether you're a coach, custodian, bus driver, teacher, principal, superintendent,
all the parts matter.
Yeah, students are at the center of it. That's the most important thing that we do, man. Is the impact on students.
Daggone right. So when you got that call, matter of fact, before I even ask that question, was you chasing the job? Like, I know some people be like, oh, I'm a teacher now, but one day I'm gonna be assistant principal or principal. So was it like that for you, or was it like, nah, I'm just gonna teach and coach, and then somebody come up to you like, hey man, you could be a...
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. Always aspiring, as I said, to want to have an even greater impact. I enjoyed my time as coach. I was never in a situation where I was like, man, I'm ready to get out of coaching and go in administration. Yeah. I enjoyed what I did, and I believe in just doing the best job you can in whatever position you in. If you flipping burgers at Burger King, that's an honest, good living. If you be the best burger flipper you could be. Daggone right. If you're a bus driver, be the best bus driver you could be. If you're a custodian, if you're a teacher, if you're a principal, just be the best you can be, to serve people and love people. For me, it was something that I aspired to be a school leader. But also, I had a lot of people that saw things in me and they nudged me. They said, hey, you can do this. And there were times where I said, nah, I ain't ready. I can't do it. I ain't ready, man. I ain't smart enough. I ain't got the experience. But that's where the courage comes in place. You'll never have all the answers, but that's where the value of teamwork is. You get great people around you, and you trust, that they're the professionals, and you get things done, man. So it was something I aspired to be, but I had a lot of people that believed in me, that saw things in me that I didn't see in myself. And even to this day, there's still some times where I say, man, as I say, I know the decisions I make and the things I do sometimes are not the best. Sometimes you make mistakes, but you learn from them. Being an educator is all about being a lifelong learner, man. Developing yourself, learning with your students, learning with your staff. teachers learn from students, and students learn from teachers.
Yes, sir.
We all just learners. That's what it is.
Yes,
just
sir.
Learning and growing, man.
Yes, sir. What's next, man? So is it? Now I'm gonna ask. I don't know if you want to get your goals and your dreams out. Is it something bigger than? I know you said you want to stay at West Craven High, the principal. Is something bigger than this though? Do you want to go to board, superintendent? Is it more? Or do you just want to stay here? This is what you've been looking for. I want to be the principal. I'm finally here. I want to what's next?
I would say, man, as I said, I believe in shining right where you are. I think for me, I'm at a time in my life where it's all about growth. And what I mean by growth is not necessarily a position. It's in learning, investing in myself so that I can be better for the people that I serve. So, I'm at a position right now where, my focus is being the best servant leader I can for West Craven High School. If that's for, 5 years, if that's for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, hey, like I told you, this is a very special place. So for me right now, it's all about growing and developing myself because my students need that. They need to see not only am I calling them to aspire to challenge themselves to be better, but I'm challenging myself to be better. Yes, that, I want you to learn and grow and develop, but at the same time, I'm reading books. Yeah. I'm doing professional development. I'm learning things and new best practices. I'm going through and saying, hey, this worked very well. We need to continue doing that. Or hey, this didn't work that very well. We're gonna look at doing this change. So for me, man, that's what it's about right now. It's about growth and just being thankful and blessed to be able to serve right where I am. Like I say, this is a special place. I believe in the students. I believe in these communities, and this is home for me. So being the best principal I can for West Craven High School, that's the focus right now. Growing and developing, being better today than I was yesterday, being better tomorrow than I was today.
Yes, sir. Daggone right. Now, before I let you go, I know we done talked about basketball, but I do got to talk about football because my favorite team, the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, my favorite team, the Giants. I know we ain't been doing that in the last couple years now. So don't get on me right now, but my favorite team, the Giants.
I won't hold it.
So who's your favorite team?
Man, oddly enough, I don't have a favorite NFL team.
You don't have a favorite NFL team?
To be a former football player, I don't have a favorite. So I'm just a fan of the game, man. In the NFL, what I'm looking for is guys go out there and play the game and just have fun. I had to learn the hard way. I remember my coach always telling us how we were blessed to be where we are. And when you're in it, you don't necessarily always see that, And I remember I remember training camp thinking, man, we got 20 more days of this.
There you go.
We got 15 more. Good Lord, I ain't got no time. And, a lot of people don't know, but my career ended my senior year. But what a lot of people don't know is I came in my freshman year and I was on fire. Had that passion, had that energy. And my sophomore year, I kind of lost it. Yeah. And then my junior year, that passion continued to go down, but also I was dealing with injuries too. And then I never forget my great grandmother passed, spring of my junior year. And it lit something in me. It was like, look, you're blessed to be where you are, man. Yeah. And I got that passion back. And, got on the field, first game my senior year, scored the first touchdown of that season, and then next play got a concussion. It was my 4th concussion in my career. And so I say all that to say, I just like seeing guys go out there and have fun because, there was a time where I had that and I lost it. And because I didn't appreciate it, sometimes you don't appreciate it, you lose it.
You lose it. Yeah. They're going right.
So, just seeing guys go out there and just take advantage. Love with Tom Brady, of course he's dope.
Yeah.
Comes out of quarterback,
Who's your favorite running back?
Favorite running back right now or all time?
Like the
all
best
time, Barry Sanders, without a doubt. Man, Barry Sanders, a lot of people debate if Barry Sanders, how many yards he would have got if he had the offensive line that Emmitt Smith had.
The Emmitt Smith, yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think you would have saw his true greatness. Because he had to create.
Because he had the power and
he had to create. So, but all in all, man, Barry Sanders, man, that's who I emulated. As you know, I wore number 20, partly because I had a cousin when I was young that passed away, and you know, to remember her, I wore number 20, but also because of Barry Sanders, man. So that's why number 20 is always my number, man.
Yes, sir.
Barry Sanders is great, man. Go to the running backs. He go out there right now still.
I don't agree, but
hold on,
obviously I'm a big Emmitt Smith fan.
Emmitt Smith.
I'm a big.
You a Giants fan?
Yeah, so
you gonna give it Emmitt Smith.
But no, it's because of the respect part. See, I'm a Giants fan, but I also respect the game. When it comes to basketball, football, any sport, if you're good and you're on the other team, of course, when you're in the career, I'm not gonna like you. But once it's all over, I give you respect. Like Kobe, I'm a big LeBron fan.
Yeah, me too.
So once Kobe was in it, I didn't like Kobe.
Yeah.
But once he got over and it was done, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Now you the man, okay? You the man, but I'm a big LeBron fan. So it's kind of like that competitive nature, like, all right, you playing against my boys. I don't want you to win, but
that's how I am. LeBron is my favorite NBA player. I know a lot of people gonna
I'm a LeBron fanatic.
I just love LeBron, what he's done off the court as well as on the court, man. When you take a man that's faced what he's facing life, and then he's reaching back. Yeah. And he's got the school. He's sending students to school. I mean,
even built the school.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. You know, our purpose in life is greater than ourselves. You know, if I can't help the next person, then what have I really done? You know, so I'm a LeBron fan.
Yes, that's right.
We can see eye to eye on that.
Or something.
Barry Sanders is the GOAT.
But there y'all have it, y'all. That's the end of the 89th episode with my big brother, Principal Lee, the best principal in Craven County schools. I already put it on the table.
Just learn it.
Yes, sir. We out. Thank you, everyone, for watching the Joshua Cuthbertson Show. I appreciate your love and support. Continue to show your love and support by clicking the subscribe button below the video. Tune in to next week's episode of the Joshua Cuthbertson Show. Love, peace, we out.